And Sarah.
Table of contents. Hi, my name is Zachary, and I'm here to present about rubrics. A rubric is a tool that helps kids and teachers grade work. You can use a rubric while you're doing your work to make sure that you're doing it correctly. You may be confused by exactly what a rubric is, so let me tell you. There are 4 possible scores on a rubric. A 1 is the lowest. It means that you haven't met the standards and there's little effort shown. 2 is you're progressing towards standards and there is some effort shown. A 3 means you've met the standards exactly. A 4 is above standards. We have rubrics for our literature circle jobs, which will be explained later by Hunter.
And Ava.
And Ava. At the beginning of the year, we did a rubric project. We had to make a rubric about chores around the house. Mine was on a clean toilet. After 1 week, we graded ourselves. Rubrics are important because without them, nobody would know what you were supposed to do and how to do it. Nobody would be able to grade work. Now I will be talking about organization. In 4th grade, you also have to be organized. Your binder will be organized into sections or topics with folders. Some of those topics are language arts, math, science, social studies, and reading. You'll have book boxes to keep supplies in. You'll have book bins to keep notebooks and reading books in. You have to be organized to succeed in 4th grade. Thank you, and here is Ava.
Hello, I'm Ava, and today I will be talking about the subject reading. In 4th grade, you will be doing many projects about reading. The main projects that we will be focusing on today are literature circles and different genres of books. Literature circles are when you meet with a group of students, your classmates, and talk and discuss about big ideas. Big ideas is something in the book that the author repeats throughout and wants the big statement to stand out. When you are not meeting, you will be preparing your job. You're probably wondering, what's a job? A job is something that always has to connect back to a big idea. One example of a job is discussion director. Discussion director is where you pick 5 questions that connect to the big idea about your book. When you were all done with your job, you would be preparing Wordly Wise or grammar. Now I will be talking about different genres of books. Some of the genres that we learned about in 4th grade were fantasy, nonfiction, realistic fiction, and paranormal, and many more. My favorite genres were realistic fiction and fantasy. Some of the books we not only read with Miss Gall, but also in literature circles were Shiloh, Island of the Blue Dolphins, Al Capone Does My Shirt, and BFG. Over here is showing stickies. Stickies are when you have found a big idea in the book and want to show it. You would mark it with the page number and its quote. Now, Chris will be explaining application problems and the Power Snack project. Social studies.
Hello, I'm Chris, and for today I'll be presenting to you the 2 important subjects in 4th grade, which are math and social studies. What I did, the project for social studies is PowerBoard project. What I did for PowerBoard project is make a digital portfolio with a team on the mountain region. I did this so I can understand the areas that the mountain region is in California. I learned what people rely on, why they rely on it, and what they don't rely on. This will affect me in the future in 5th grade. Instead of doing the map of California, I can do the map of the United States. Another subject in 4th grade is math. The project for math is Educreations. What I did for Educreations is make a video on an iPad with a partner by using communication and teamwork on an application problem that me and my partner got stamped on. I did this so I could work on the parts that I still don't understand. Today, I learned more about communication, teamwork, and more about having the confidence to speak out loud. This will affect me in the future if I want to be a math teacher like Mr. Hobbecker, if I can teach kids. This will also affect me in 5th grade since now I have the right confidence to speak out loud, I can get the biggest part in the play. This will also affect me in 5th grade because one time I saw a 5th grader doing fractions, so once I'm doing math, I'll have a good time. Now I will let Hunter speak.
Now, before I begin, I would like to dedicate these next 2 slides
to Miss Highfield because without her, we wouldn't be able to have these cool projects. Now, these are also Lit Circle projects, but they're also cool technology projects. The one I'd like to explain right now is Padlet. For Padlet, what we did is everyone in our group made a page and took a big idea and then had everybody else in the group post their big ideas right here. I chose hardship, and here you can see is everybody else's posts. And this really helps because in 5th grade and when you're growing up as an adult, you want to accept other people's opinions, which is really going to help you grow as a good person. Now I will explain Haiku Deck. For Haiku Deck, what we did is a presentation. It's a lot like Google Drive, but for this, what we did was we did this to answer a question. Now, some people, like Zachary here, did their presentation on Google Drive because they couldn't get this to work. But for Haiku Deck, the pictures are they just really capture the big idea of your slide. So this was my beginning slide. People of Earth, do you think Karada should have been taken off the island? Think again. Now, I'm not going to go babbling about that book because that will just take up a lot of time. And it really helps so you can teach other people about things, and you can also learn about things that people teach you. And now I would have Sarah come up and do her slides.
In 4th grade, we do a lot of writing, including informational writing, persuasive writing, and narrative writing. In informational writing, there are 3 writing questions that we can answer and use the answers to help us with our essays. These questions are, what do I want my audience to learn, what might confuse them that I can clarify, and what might interest them. In persuasive writing, there's a thesis, which is the point that you want your audience to believe. There are 3 reasons supporting your thesis and 3 pieces of evidence to support each reason. In narrative writing, there's a story plot. At the heart of the story is where it gets really interesting. That's a place where it's good to put a lot of detail and figurative language to make sure your reader can visualize the scene. In narrative writing, it's fiction, so you can add whatever you want. But if you add too much of what you want, your readers won't understand what's going on. So it's best to choose one fiction topic and stick with it throughout. It's the whole story. We do Adobe Voices in 4th grade. Adobe Voice is a program that allows you to record your voice on a presentation. We do these so we can remember important writing techniques such as detail or a hook in the beginning. We also do these so we can remember how hard we worked on these and how much we learned while doing these. So that's it.
As you can see, 4th grade is awesome.
We do a lot of cool things.
We hope you have learned a lot about 4th grade.
If you have any questions, pop into Mrs. Gall's classroom 11D.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.